Hey guys, Mike Jackness here from Ecom Crew, and today we're going to answer one of the most commonly asked questions here at Ecom Crew. How do you hire a VA? If you're watching this video, chances are you already know you need a VA or virtual assistant. But in case you're still not sold on that, let me tell you from experience that our VAs take so much off our plate. This allows us to tackle more important things like business strategy, which you as the business owner should be doing in the first place. We currently have 6 VAs working for all of our brands. Here's some of the things they do for us. They answer all of our customer support emails, respond to social media messages and plan our social media calendar, take care of our Amazon FBA returns, and manage and respond to negative product reviews. They help with inventory management, write blog posts, and other content. It's a lot. So why should you hire Filipinos? Well, in a perfect world, we'd hire someone that's right down the street that we can work with face to face. But hiring locally is very expensive, especially if you're just starting out. A local hire is probably just not an economical option. For our business, we found that Filipino VAs are the perfect fit, and here's why. Filipinos are no stranger to outsourcing. The country is a top business outsourcing destination for Western countries. And in fact, it's dubbed the call center capital of the world. And it's for good reason. It's because Filipinos are proficient in English. It's their first language. They're familiar with Western culture. They watch American TV series. They watch Hollywood movies. And at one point, the country was ranked #1 in a list of countries around the world following the NBA. And let's face it, money is a factor. And the Philippines has a lower labor cost. Our base $600 a month salary is already higher than what most Filipinos get. So we can hire top talent. Before you start your search, you need to have answers to the following questions. First of all, it's really important to know what you need the most help with. Knowing what you need the most assistance with translates into what you need your VA to do for you. So just list down all the things that overwhelm you right now. Is it customer support emails, social media, inventory management? This list will translate into the job ad you'll be posting at one of the websites we'll be talking about later. Another thing you need to be thinking about is how experienced are you with the task you're delegating. While there's projects you can just ask a VA to go figure it out, there's also tasks that you need to be fairly experienced with before you can delegate it to the VA, especially if those tasks involve a lot of money, like PPC and Facebook ads. You need to think about how much time you're prepared to spend on training your VAs. Hiring a VA is a lot of upfront time and money investment, and how well you train them in the first few weeks will determine how well they perform later on. So now let's talk about where you want to find them. Once you have these answers to these questions, you're ready to start looking for your VA. So where should you find them? There's many places to start, such as Upwork, onlinejobs.ph, FreeUp, and MyNemo. These are job boards where you can find employment in and around the Philippines. In our experience, we've had the most success with onlinejobs.ph and MyNemo. Now, let's get into the meat and potatoes of this video. We've been very successful in hiring not just VAs, but writers and graphic designers as well. We credit that to a very simple 5-step hiring process that we strictly adhere to. But before we get into step 1, let's talk about your job ad first. Remember when I asked you to jot down that list you need the most help with? You're going to want to use that in your job ad. We've linked this stuff in our job ads, which you can find an example of down below. Now, let's talk about step 1, which is the application review. After you post your job ad, chances are you'll receive hundreds of applications from candidates that just don't fit the bill. A quick way to filter through the noise is to add an instruction at the bottom of your job ad, such as include the word potato in the application subject line. Applicants who don't send this don't read the whole job ad, which means they're probably not following instructions and you can just skip them. It sounds silly, but it saves a ton of time. Applicants who pass the application review move on to step 2, which is our screening test. It's a great way to gauge the initial fit the applicant has and their commitment. There's 2 types of questions you should ask at this stage. You need to know basic data such as location, start date if hired, expected salary, a skills test, internet speed, typing speed, and English skills. Our screening test is created via Google Forms, which we send to applicants who pass the application review. you can check out one of our live screening tests linked down below. You should eliminate all candidates who do not complete the test, who also don't do it satisfactorily. The next step in the process is an interview via text chat, which we do via Skype. Now, here's a little pro tip. Don't tell the candidate that the interview is going to be just chat, so they'll assume it's going to be via video, and they won't try to have someone else try to complete the interview for them. Ask each candidate mostly the same questions, and schedule each interview to take 30 minutes. Candidates who cannot complete most or all of the interview should be eliminated, especially if it's customer service and where typing will be a core job component. We link some of our interview questions below, so feel free to check them out. After this, we do a video interview. We pick the top 3 candidates who passed through all of this to this point and schedule a video call with them. We're looking for 2 things at this point: candidates who may have lied or exaggerated on their resumes or other red flags, and candidates who best fit our company culturally. At this point, you should have 3 strong candidates who have adequate skills and are trainable. Your final hiring decision will largely come down to your gut feel and who you like best. There's no easy way to judge the character of someone you're only interacting with via screen, but we do ask a question that lets us see, even just for a little bit, the candidate's ability to think on their feet and whether or not they give up when faced with a problem. So we ask them this silly question: give me 10 uses of a pencil other than writing. It's a simple question, but it gives us an idea of how this other person thinks, and more importantly, if they give up before they get to number 10. If they don't get to number 10 and they give up, we never hire them. And finally, there's the contract signing. Congrats, at this point you've already got a winning candidate, and you're going to ask them to sign a short employment contract that lists the salary details, the number of hours they need to work per week, the holidays, and all that other good stuff. And luckily for you, we have a template of this contract linked down below, so feel free to check that out as well. Don't inform the other candidates that they didn't get the job until the first candidate has signed their employment contract. If you have 2 or more great candidates, consider hiring all of them if your budget allows. Great employees are hard to come by. Hiring someone, anyone, to take over the other functions you've done to grow your business is hard. But hiring Filipino VAs has been one of the best decisions we've ever made for our company. And that has done so much for our growth. If done right, it can make a huge difference for your business too. This video is just an overview of the VA hiring process. If you need a more detailed explanation, check out our blog post on how to find and train the best Filipino virtual assistants in 2020 by going to ecomcrew.com/VA. For more e-commerce content from real 7-figure sellers, head over to ecomcrew.com. All right, guys, that's going to wrap it up for this video. And until the next one, happy selling, and we'll talk to you soon.